Let me share something with you here. When President Trump gave a fiery campaign speech in Huntsville, Alabama on Friday evening, he drew a rapturous roar by ridiculing Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader, as Little Rocket Man. Now, this is from the New York Times, Julie Hirschfeld Davis. A rapturous roar. I saw something. I couldn't fucking believe what I'm listening to and watching. This huge crowd of brain-dead white people, what were they cheering? North Korea. Oh, my God. North Korea, in the first place, would never have been a threat to the United States had it been treated a little bit differently, up to and including Trump's shitty attitude towards them. But for people, this is what I meant about Alabama. People in Alabama, what they were cheering was the fact that Trump is pushing us toward nuclear war. Now, I wonder how the people in Alabama will feel if a nuclear device is exploded about 2,000 feet over Birmingham or Montgomery. You stupid sons of bitches, do you realize what you're cheering? No, you don't, because you're from Alabama. You're the dumbest fucks in the United States. So you cheer when a Nazi like Trump makes those kinds of comments? Yeah, you do, if you live in Alabama. However, among diplomats and national security specialists, they weren't cheering. Reaction was decidedly different after Trump repeated his taunt in a tweet late Saturday and threatened that Kim and his foreign minister, Ri, wouldn't be around much longer if they continue doing exactly what Trump is doing. Reactions among diplomats and national security specialists, according to Hirschfeld, range from nervous disbelief to sheer terror. Except for the dumb fucks in Alabama. Oh, hey, yeah, hell yeah, you go, make America great again. Let's drop nukes. Jesus Christ. Trump's willingness to casually threaten to annihilate a nuclear-armed foe was yet another reminder of the steep risks inherent in his brute force approach to diplomacy. The disconnect Julie writes, his strengths as a politician, which she defines as the ability to appeal in a visceral way to the impulses of ordinary citizens. Well, okay, but ordinary citizens, people in Alabama, they're not ordinary. They're fucking insane. The whole goddamn state has an average IQ level. If you were to conduct some sort of test, probably around 90. So his strength as a politician is bullshit. He has no strength as a politician. Hitler had strength as a politician. I guess that's what Hirschfeld is referring to here. Anyway, his strengths as a politician, she writes, are a difficult fit for the meticulous calculations that his own advisors concede are crucial in dealing with Pyongyang. This disconnect has led to a deep uncertainty about whether Trump is all talk or actually intends to act. Why is that even a question? We are talking about nuclear fucking war. And it doesn't make any difference where you live, truth seeker. I don't give a shit if you live in the Amazon jungles. If there is a nuclear war, nobody escapes. Nobody on the planet. Hirschfeld goes on, Trump's new chief of staff and his national security team have drawn a line at trying to rein in his more incendiary provocations, fearing that their efforts could backfire with the president who bridles at any effort to control him. What the fuck? What are we talking about here? He has a national security team and a chief of staff whose job should be to not just rein this son of a bitch in, but sedate him. Have somebody show up and take him to a fucking hospital. And what are they saying? Well, you know, we can't calm him down because if we try, it might backfire, and then God knows what will happen. That's the leader of this country? That's what his own national security team is saying. Are you listening? Are you listening to what they're saying? What remains unclear is whether they, his national security team, would step in to prevent him from taking the kind of drastic action that matches his words if his national security team believed such action was imminent. That's my question. Would they stop this psychotic son of a bitch if he decided he was going to, what, order the military onto DEFCON 1 or whatever the hell it's called? Or this is madness. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. Veterans of diplomacy and national security and specialists on North Korea fear that whatever their intended result, Trump's increasingly bellicose threats and public insults of the famously thin-skinned Mr. Kim could cause the United States to careen into a nuclear confrontation driven by personal animosity and bravado. We have spent 70 years trying to contain not just the spread of nuclear weapons after the nuclear club was formed, but to scale back the possibility of the use of nuclear weapons. 70 goddamn years we have been doing this. We've had treaties. We've had test bans. We've had non-proliferation. We've had all sorts of agreements, some of which the United States has never signed, by the way. But the whole attempt was to, A, acknowledge that human beings now had the weapons necessary to eliminate life on Earth, and B, to make sure those weapons were never used. And then this dumb, savage son of a bitch comes along, well, if we have nuclear weapons, why don't we ever, we're never going to use them? So here we are, after all the effort, as shaky as it has been at times, after all the effort to try to escape even the possibility of nuclear war. Here we have a savage, ignorant bastard who is in the White House who may set up a nuclear confrontation driven by his own bullshit. This has nothing to do with the United States. It really has nothing to do with North Korea. This has to do with the sick son of a bitch that's running this country. And why are there no adults to stop him? What the fuck are the people around him going to do? Wait until the bombs start their trip across the Pacific and then say, oh darn, we should have stopped him. What the hell is going on?